JR did a sit down. Remember how JR's sit down with Mankind changed the course of Mick Foley's career?
Of course.
Everybody else does too. So that's why now they put JR in a chair so he can sit down next to the guys and then let JR do absolutely nothing and let the guys just talk. And honestly, if you're going to let a guy just talk, MJF is the one to do it. But they did a couple of other things here. For one thing, now Sean Spears' hair, his mohawk, and his beard are not just black, but Bill Dundee black, which, as we all know, is so black, lightning bugs follow him around in the daytime. It's so black that spaceships get lost in its vastness. Will they ever just decide on what they want this guy to look like? Is there any way they can give him a look where he looks like something, or is that just a lost cause?
I've said it before. I don't see anything with Sean Spears. But the boys like him.
Well, hey, that's a wonderful thing. Wardlow, we've said, what potential? He's big and he's huge. He's going to be a star, blah, blah, blah. Of course, they've botched his booking as a physical threat. But you still didn't know because he never speaks. You still didn't know he was a complete phony. But now you know he's a complete phony because they let him speak. Wardlow gets over if he doesn't speak, and he gets less over the longer he does speak. This was a hostage statement, prepared promo with no emotion, and there's a place for that. It's called local television. Experience somewhere out of the way where people aren't fucking paying attention to you. Don't let this guy talk when he can on national television when all he does is recite shit that either he's written or somebody has written for him. Especially when you've got MJF there to talk, who handled everything just fine. It was a great promo. It was framed and shot horribly. For most of it, it was a promo. It was a shot of MJF and fucking Dax's left shoulder. But MJF did a tremendous job, and everything else here was not a tremendous job. But at least they gave MJF some time to speak. Imagine what he could be doing right now if people hadn't seen him doing a goddamn dinner theater two-step 6 months ago or whatever. So what did you think of the next match, Brian? Ty Conti and Hikaru Shida. What do you give me your impressions first?
I went into it open-minded and stoned, so I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot. Ty Conti has...
this is going to get old with you being a drug addict now. Or what's next? You're going to rob a bank?
You know what? Hikaru Shida may have my favorite theme music of anyone in AEW. I really like it. Puts me in a good mood. It was an all right match. Ty Conti has a lot of potential. I keep reading these interviews or these comments that Hikaru Shida's dream is the not main event necessarily, but to be AEW Women's Champion on a show with a lot of fans, which makes me think maybe they're holding off on any title change for a while.
Oh, good. Just so she can have her dream?
Well, that's what wrestling's about. It's about taking these young athletes and having all their dreams come true.
Can you imagine what would have been said if somebody had asked me when I was a booker, or if I had asked anybody, any booker I ever worked for, say, could you hold off switching the belts until there was a real big crowd there?
Well, no, we don't know that she did that. We only know that she said it to someone who reported it in various news sites. We don't know that the conversation...
And I can believe that they would then humor her. Oh, well, let's make sure we don't hurt Shida's feelings. Well, I'll tell you what I thought of it. I thought they used up 18 minutes of national TV time with their phony bullshit, and I skipped it. And I don't know what her music sounds like because I skip all the entrances because that takes less time to watch this fucking program.